Let's talk about missions. Let's walk you through what God is doing in our ministry. Journey with us to the mission fields. Allow us saturate your mind and hearts. Get up and close with our close to 2,000 missionaries serving in over 1,600 mission fields in 19 countries across the world. Let us share with you the challenges we face and the victories we've made through the power of God. Let us take you inside EMS.
Hello and welcome to Inside EMS, where we embark on a transformative journey through the heart of missions and evangelism. My name is Seken Samchi Kesher, and today we are here to talk more about missions. We're going to be taking an insight as to the recently concluded Southwest Saturation, talking about the follow-up saturation campaign which took place in the Southwest from the 9th to the 13th of May 2024. Before then, let's take a quick break. While we return, more details. Please stay tuned.
Are you ready to discover the heartbeat of the EMS mission? Welcome to Stories from the Field, a captivating docu-series that delves deep into the heart of missionary work. Join us as we journey alongside EMS missionaries, the frontline ambassadors who are changing lives and communities through the power of the gospel.
Just tell me what you want, I go do.
Stories from the Field is your ticket to experience the joy, the struggles, and the profound impact of missions. Keep your fingers crossed for an unforgettable journey. Together, let's evangelize the world for Christ and bring light to those living in darkness. Stories from the Field is coming soon. Get ready to be inspired and join us in making a difference. Don't miss out.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes. Anything you want me to do, I go do. Say, anything you want me to do, I go do.
Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned to Inside EMS. We're going to be bringing you a series of the events that happened in the Southwest throughout the saturation period. Let me quickly give you a brief on the first day of the saturation. The advance team actually left a day before the rest of the team, and I was part of the advance team, and we left Jos Plateau State on that morning. That was the 8th, and we headed to Ilorin, where we camped and spent the night. Let's give you a glimpse as to what went down. Hello and thank you for staying connected to the updates we have for you on our Southwest Saturation follow-up saturation campaign, which is beginning tomorrow. And I told you earlier on that the advance team are on the road, and myself inclusive. Well, the time is 11:24 p.m. and we just arrived at the Equa Guest House in Ilorin. This is not our base, but we have to break the journey because it is late, and then we'll pick up from where we stop tomorrow morning. So stay with us. Let's get to hear from the EMS Prayer and Promotion Coordinator. He is going to be sharing more light on this journey that we have embarked on. Stay with us.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir. It's
All right.
11. It's 11:24
Yeah,
p.m. And how was the journey?
it was tedious. I've never traveled this long to Lauren. I've traveled longer than this, but as far as Lauren is concerned, it's tedious. Very, very.
All right. So tell us, what are the features for this saturation campaign and what to expect?
Like in most cases, By the grace of God, most of the strategy we'll be using is the Jesus faith, one evangelism, of course, door to door and personal evangelism, and also prayers and other things that God may lead us to do during the outreach.
All right, thank you, sir, for talking to us.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking to our admin, the EMS administrator, and we're also going to be hearing how his journey was and some of the things that he also has to share with us this evening. Stay with us. We're together with the EMS administrator, and good evening, sir.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. How was the journey?
The journey was hectic.
Okay, so
Very tired. And,
well,
yeah, the road was one kind. I can't believe what I saw. I was thinking actually the road has been better as we were told, but I think if we had taken the one we are familiar with, we would have arrived here perhaps earlier than we did. But we thank God that in everything we arrived in safety.
okay.
So we give him the glory.
Yeah, we give God the glory, even though you can see it from our faces that we are totally exhausted.
Indeed.
Well, yes, sir, I want to ask you, can you share with us how we're able to push through with this saturation? At some point, it almost felt as if
Yeah.
the saturation wasn't going to hold again, but as EMS would always say, go in faith, prayer,
Right,
and action.
action,
Well,
correct.
share with us one of those things that
Yeah.
kept pushing us up to this
I
point.
think the fundamental thing is the faith. Though we have this slogan going, faith, prayer, and action, but at a time in the management we were like, can it be possible? Looking at the economic constraints and the mission week has just come and gone. And so there were observations from other people that couldn't we just consider postponing. And we were like agreeing, but we want to thank God because the board chairman was very resilient, and then he kept saying, we cannot think back again. We have crossed the red line and not turning back. So it was a big encouragement to us. So I want to say thank you to our board chairman. And then when we came back and began to look at what he has said, then we realized that obviously the Bible mandates us to preach the gospel. It says in season and out of season, meaning whether we are comfortable, we are not, favorable, unfavorable, the gospel must be preached. And the best thing that came to our mind is actually the importance of follow-up. When you do saturation campaign or you go for outreach and then you don't do follow-up, then you have missed the point. Follow-up is one of the key things if you want to plant church. There must be follow-up. And so at the end of the day, we are grateful to God. I'm grateful to our board chairman and other stakeholders who advised that we need to press on and press, and we did. And we're here rejoicing, particularly looking at the contingents that are coming from other places. So we thank God. We are looking forward to having a better time.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us.
I'm grateful. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you've heard it from the EMS administrator. We're going to be talking to the home missions coordinator, and he is actually the EMS home missions coordinator is here with us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How is the journey?
It was though tedious, but we really thank God because God's grace has been with us, and His presence has brought us to Ilorin through the sound.
Yes, so sir, we're going to the saturation campaign for the Southeast follow-up is beginning tomorrow, and now that we are here, the advanced team, talking about the advanced team, I want you to be to share with us some of those clusters that we're going to be covering throughout the saturation.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the privilege to talk about the places where we'll be covering. Actually, we have like 7 DCCs where we will be going, and these 7 DCCs, there are centers where we will go, and then 3 out of the 7 we are going for new, fresh outreach. But the other 4 are follow-up. So the follow-up is meant to go and see what we have done and the progress of the stations, the churches we planted, whether there are needs, whether there are challenges, whether there are issues that must draw our attention to see it activated if it is not very well, working well. So by the grace of God, we have some clusters that we'll be reaching, and then there are clusters we'll be following up. Like in Ibadan, DCC, we have like 7 clusters that we'll be visiting, starting from next tomorrow. Tomorrow is the very day that the participants are coming.
Yeah.
Yes. And then on Friday, distribute them to the clusters where they will go and do the ministry. In Ibadan, we have 7. Like in Egbe, we have also 7 centers with some clusters around. In Umaran, we also have like 14 clusters. In Isanlu, we have like 8 to 9 clusters where we'll be visiting. So on and so on. So we have in Mopa, we have 3 places where we want to reach. In Kaba, we have over 10 clusters where we will be visiting. So when we look at the places where we visit, by the grace of God, we want to see what God has done after we reach them, and then we will see what God wants us to do after here. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for talking to us.
Thank you. God bless you.
Well, you have heard it all. Thank you for staying tuned with us, and you have heard how everyone had a very hectic journey coming all the way down to this side of the country. Well, stay with us as we keep you updated on everything that is going to be happening from tomorrow every day till the last day of the Southwest Follow-Up Saturation Campaign. Do not forget that you too can be a part of what God is doing in the heart of missions. You can support our Saturation Campaign outreach with your donations and your support. Your donations, little, big or small, will go to a very large extent to help in spreading the message of hope to people who are in dire need of it. You have seen it all. And on that note, we're going to call it a wrap on today's episode of Inside EMS. My name is Second Samchi, and I'm signing out saying, remember that you too can be a part of what God is doing in the heart of missions and evangelism. Your generous contribution will go a long way in fostering missions and evangelism. Bye for now.